$12,500. Course per specifications determined by George Meade to perform bathroom upgrades at the Trooper Barracks in accordance with the contract between the town of Princetown and the state of New York. Do I hear a motion for that?
So moved.
Bob, second.
Second.
Doug, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries, 5 ayes. Purchase of upgraded radios for the water department. The quote, where's the quote? It's 40. What's the quote, George? 4,300?
It's in the resolution.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
$1,382.16.
Okay.
That is maximum. There's 10 hours of engineering on there for putting the radios in, recalibrating the other ones that are there.
So it could be less than that.
It could be less than that. They said 10 hours would be maximum. It'll probably be a little less than that at $250 an hour. So.
And it's coming out of the repair line in the water district.
And they're paying for
We
the
checked that
FCC,
check.
and they're getting the FCC license also.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
Okay. Should I read it first? How about I read it?
I'll second the
I
motion.
hear a motion that the town board approves the replacement of 5-watt radios to 25-watt radios from Wells Communication for a cost not to exceed $4,382.16 to alleviate the intermittent communications issue. Doug, you want to make the motion? Todd, you second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5 ayes, motion carries. Councilmember concerns. Do we have any councilmember concerns? Oh, we're missing,
Privileges of the floor.
did I miss it?
Yeah, just at the bottom of the
Sorry.
page.
Privileges of the floor. Sorry, we'll back up. This privileges of the floor is for any comments anyone would like to make to the town board. Same rules apply. You have 3 minutes. You're welcome to step up, state your name and address for the record. Does anyone have any? Should say public comments, not privileges.
Norm Miller, Skyline Drive. In reading some of the minutes on the website, at the January 5th, 2010 organizational meeting for legal counsel, you passed a resolution number 1004, resolved that Whiteman, Ostman, and Hanna be appointed as legal counsel at an hourly rate ranging from $115 to $165, then they talk about the scope of the work. On January 13th, the supervisor signed a contract with the legal firm, which they wrote in the contract to agree that our fee will be based upon time which we devote to the matter in accordance with standard hourly rates assigned to the particular lawyers and legal assistants performing the work. Currently, these rates vary from $85 to $105 for legal assistants, from $115 to $215 for associates, and $195 to $250 for partners. It is also understood that Todd Mathis will be principally responsible for all matters. His hourly rate is $175. During the year of 2010, there was no resolution to increase the attorney fees. In fact, there was no mention of any fee increase for the law firm at all, which I found to be odd. This is important because the resolution passed at the organizational meeting was for fees to be between $115 and $165, yet the supervisor signed an agreement that expanded it from $115 to $250, plus $175 for the attorney at this particular meeting. At last month's town board meeting, Mr. Esposito requested that the Ethics Committee review how the attorney fees were reported in 2010. Mr. Edwards appeared to be outraged that Mr. Esposito could do such a thing and said Mr. Esposito was embarrassing himself, and I believe he said that it was criminal to do what he was doing. Perhaps Mr. Edwards could explain
You need to address the
how
whole
it
board,
was
though.
criminal. Pardon me?
You need to address the whole board, not just one member.
Perhaps the board member that feels that it's criminal could explain why it's criminal. I felt that the behavior was very unprofessional for a town board member.
Anyone else have a comment?
I feel like I'm hogging the podium tonight. Mary Sue Reed, Darrow Road. I attended the Princetown Comprehensive Plan Merging Committee meeting on August 2nd. The objective of this meeting, the first and only committee meeting open to the public, was to go over comments and letters submitted for the public hearing of June 21st per Chair Gino Santabarbara. Mr. Thorpe claimed there was no public outcry at the June 21st meeting, but he failed to mention that the public hearing was barely publicized by the insert of a tiny legal notice in the Gazette, the minimum required of this committee. All committee meetings were held in secret except for last week's. In reality, no citizens' comments were actually discussed during this meeting that lasted less than 12 minutes. Rather, there was a rehashing of unsubstantiated remarks made in prior public meetings. Mr. Marciniak repeated several comments from prior public meetings, including that only 24% of citizens responded to the Comprehensive Plan Revision Committee survey. This shows that he has little to no knowledge of statistics and should have asked someone knowledgeable in that area to explain the significance of the data. Dan also claimed that there's a cost factor to implement the 2009 proposed comprehensive plan, another comment that was thrown out at a prior public meeting. Yet he gave no documentation to support his remarks. He also repeated that the comprehensive plan should have been updated, not revamped. Well, this revamp was done with the knowledge of Council Member Bob Myers, Town Planner Gino Santabarbara, our late supervisor Muriel Peterson, and former supervisor Nick Mara. Apparently, they had no objection to this new direction taken. George Meade was the only committee member who made a constructive comment by suggesting that the citizen survey results be put back into the plan. Unfortunately, they weren't. Again, there was absolutely no discussion of written comments, especially since former Planning Board Chair Patricia Bishop gave several pages of concise comments. Yet Mr. Santabarbara stated that they did what was asked of them and it was a great document. All members, including the non-residents, voted to present the document to the town board as is with no changes. The merging committee spent a couple months on the plan. The Comprehensive Plan Revision Committee spent years meticulously examining and interpreting data with the help of a professional planner to put together a document that stands well above this disorganized, hastily pasted together plan. This is not a comprehensive plan. Rather, it's a vague plan filled with outdated information and no defined ideas to guide Princetown's development for the next 10 to 20 years. I again encourage the town board to meet with Nan Stolzenberg, the professional planner, just to gain a basic understanding of the 2009 proposed comprehensive plan. Put aside your preconceptions and address this with open minds. That's all I'm asking. Thank you.
Anyone else have a public comment?
Gino Santabarbara, I'm the chairman for the merging committee. Yeah, we did spend several months on the project, and we do feel that we succeeded in coming up with a document that met the needs of the town. There's a few things that weren't mentioned, like the fact that we received information from Steve Feeney. Basically, Steve Feeney sent us an email what he sent the original comp plan committee, which included 2/3 of the entire comp plan that was presented originally. That's one thing that wasn't mentioned. And Nan did do a portion of the project, but a very small portion of it. I just wanted to tell you guys that basically we feel that we completed what we needed to complete for the project, and it's a great document. And the original comp plan was actually a great document that really, I think, gave the town what it needed for the time period that it was in place. Everyone loves Princetown, and I think that document really molded the town into what it is today. And it's a great place to live, and everyone loves Princetown, and I think that document had a lot to do with it, and that's why we took that document so strongly into consideration. I want to thank the merging committee for what they've done, and basically submit the document to the town board at some point. And also, I want to let the public know that they have an opportunity to voice their opinion again, because this board will have to have another public hearing at some point to allow people to, again, voice their opinion if they have an issue with that, and this board can make those decisions if they want to. So I just want to thank the board for allowing us to be a part of the process.
Anyone else has public comment? Okay, if no one else has a public comment, we'll close public comments and move on to council member concerns. Anyone have a council member concern?
Yes, there was a complaint up on Scotchwood Road about dogs running loose again. Have you heard anything about that? And I was going to ask her.
Actually, we're going to executive session to discuss a DCO matter.
Is that what we're going to executive session for?
We're going in executive session to discuss a DCO matter. Anyone else have any other council member concerns? I have one comment I'd like to make. For those of you who come to town hall and who've over this summer, we were fortunate enough to hire Clyde King this year to be our groundskeeper. And I hope everyone, when you go outside, takes notice. These grounds here are immaculate. They have not looked this way in years, and he should be commended for all his hard work. He is here quite a bit, and he has turned this place back into what it was when Charmaine Flynn left years ago. It's absolutely gorgeous. Also to mention, the Princetown Civic Committee is having a September 11th memorial service here for the 10th anniversary, if you will, of September 11th. So as you leave tonight, if you notice, there's a new planting over here with 2 trees, and there's 2 rocks that will house a plaque from the Civic Committee, and the intent is also to plant perennials around in that area like they are by the gazebo. It came out very nice, I thought, and also Doug Thorpe is donating his time as a Civic Committee member to put the boards that were made after September 11th. Doug put boards up 10 years ago, and everyone came and signed from town. Those boards will be back on display. When are you putting them back up? Soon?
Friday.
Oh, on Friday. Okay, so anyone who would like to come and see and take
Takes
some
a
time
week
to
or
remember.
so to get it developed, put boards up, get it all developed before.
But those
people
boards
can
will be
actually
back on
come and-
display.
Yeah,
So
it takes about a week to get them in.
I think it looks very nice out there, and I thought I would mention that tonight.
Also for the 9/11 event, it's happens to be on a Sunday. It will be from 1 to 4. The troopers have been invited, the sheriffs, the fire departments, the churches, county legislators, state legislators, a lot of people.
Civil Air Patrol.
Civil Air
The Honor
Patrol.
Guard.
So a lot of people have been invited. Invitations will go out to everyone in town. We hope you can join us. There'll be some displays here in Town Hall and some refreshments afterwards. So we'd love to have everyone come and join us.
That's what I have for council member concerns. Do we have anything under discussion? I don't. Okay. We do need to go in executive session tonight. So for those of you who would like to stick around till after, you're welcome to. If not, thank you for joining us this evening. Dan is going to be invited into executive session, and do I hear a motion that the town board enters into executive session upon the request of CEO Dan Marciniak regarding code enforcement issues, violations, and legal intervention, also regarding a legal issue with the DCO at 7:51.
So moved.
Is that Doug or Bob?
Bob, Todd, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Transfer.
Are you in favor? Five ayes, motion